Okay, guys, today we're going to be learning about the Civil War. This was fought in the United States, and it was between the Union and the Confederates. So, here we go. All right, so we're going to take a quiz here real quick. So go ahead and submit your answers. The question is, what was the North called? So what was their name? So your options are either the Union or the Confederates. Okay, and go ahead and submit those answers. Okay, next question was, who was the president during this time? Was it Robert E. Lee or Abraham Lincoln? And last question, who won the war? Was it the Confederates or the Union? Great. All right, thanks guys. Okay, so let's look at the answers. So as we can see here, some scored a 3 out of 3. So the correct answers were the Union was the North, Abraham Lincoln was the president, and the Union are the ones who won the war. Okay, great. Nice job, guys. All right, let's move on. So then we would watch this video. We're not going to watch the whole thing right now, but it just goes through some important things in the Civil War. It has generals in it and also Abraham Lincoln, who was the president, but we're just gonna move on through that because that would take a while. So here is the draw it assignment. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna have students color in better than this. The North, the Union States, and then they are going to color in the Confederate States, which it would be a lot better than this, because they would have a better screen to use, and then possibly the border states too. So here's the submission from me. I just did it real quick since I'm also videoing this at the same time. But if students were really able to do this, it would actually be great because they could see it and be able to draw on it. I would probably change the map to show the actual Union versus Confederate states instead of just a blank map. Or I would have a Union and Confederate map up on the board beside this presentation. I just didn't do that in this exact one, but that is something I would do to help the students really get this concept down. So next, so I'm just going to type in this answer. So the question was, why do you think that African Americans wanted to fight in the war? Let me answer real quick. Okay, great. The answer was submitted, so it should pop up here any minute. Okay, great, there it is. So the answer was because they wanted to fight for their freedom as well, which is a great answer. They did also want to fight for their freedom. They also believed that it would help with discrimination issues. So moving on. This is our field trip, which this is up at Little Round Top, which is pretty cool. It's just going to give us a nice overlooking view of Little Round Top and kind of what's up and around there. It's cool because it shows all the foliage, all the big boulders that we talk about in the lessons. Really, really cool. I thought that this was a great resource. Okay, so then, um, this was the poll here at the end. Do you think the war was necessary? I just kind of wanted to put this in there to get a feel for what students think. And then we would obviously have a discussion about it afterwards. More leaning towards, do you think the war was necessary in terms of um, whether or not uh, it needed to happen in order for our country to move forward together, or if we could have avoided the whole thing and still turned out okay and been unified, or, just an open discussion just to see what students really think. So obviously they would submit an answer. Answer was submitted. They chose C, which was maybe. So that's great. But anyway, so that was the whole presentation. So that's the end of the lesson. Thanks for watching.